Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of My Week in Football. This is week 23 and I managed to get to 4 games, which is pretty good considering the winter break just started. I managed to go to 2 games on the Saturday, so we'll start off with them. On Saturday morning, travelled to Brockhall Village to watch the under-18s face Blackburn Rovers away. And to be honest with you, it was a pretty tough game for both teams, not because of the players, but because of the weather. The wind was horrendous. Any goal kick, any kick that went over the head was just floating all over the place because of the wind, and even passes down the line, you know, from the left back to the left winger, the wind was just taking them out for a throw in, and it was a very frustrating game for both teams. And it got to 0-0 at half time, and we had a few chances, they had a couple, but we looked good, but obviously the ball was just running all over the place. And it took in the second half not alone, even a trialist. He played the first half with the under-16s, then when they finished, came over to the under-18s, came on, and his name's Kai Corbett, and he's from West Ham, and I'm not sure if he's still at West Ham. I'm not sure if we signed him yet, or we're going to sign him, but he was on trial. He comes on, the ball gets drilled to him, he controls it really well and slots it in the bottom corner for 1-0, and that's how the game ended, because obviously the weather was still pretty bad. It needed balls along the floor, but to be fair, the pitch wasn't the best. The wind didn't help. So all in all, it was a great victory. I've always seemed to do well there. I mean, every game I've been to there, we've won, and to get another result was great. So after that, I travelled straight down to Old Trafford, and we played Wolves in the Premier League. There was 2 big talking points in this game. First of all, there's supposed to be this walkout in the 68th minute, which I was never a fan of. I was never going to do it, and there's a lot of people saying they were going to do it. I was not going to do it. And the other big news was Fernandez was starting for United for the first time, the new signee. And to be honest, I thought he looked pretty good. I'm not jumping to conclusions of anything just yet, but from what I saw, he looked really good. A few passes, he had a few shots. Yeah, it looked really good, but I'd love to see him with someone alongside him like a Pogba if he's fit, and I think they could really work together. As for the game, it was okay. It was a 0-0, but it wasn't a boring 0-0, I'd say. I thought both teams were pretty decent. To be fair, us and Wolves are really well matched at the moment, so it could have gone either way, but we had our chances, they had a couple of chances, finished 0. And as for the walkout, yeah, nothing happened. It was just all talk, as it usually is, about how this and that. There was at the 58th minute, there was the stand up for the Busby Babes, which everyone did, and then 10 minutes later, everyone was supposed to walk out, and I must have seen about 5 people, and that they weren't even in my stand, they were in other stands. So yeah, that never happened, and then yeah, the game, like I say, the game finished 0-0. Following day was a busy one. Sunday went to Wickham for the United women playing Reading away. We had a few issues on the way. I'll leave my link in the description for my vlog I just did. You'll be able to see why. But that was such an annoying game, and I'm going to talk about this now. First of all, we get a goal through Lauren James. Legitimate goal, good goal. Then they get a penalty. From where we were, it looked like the player was pushed in the box from a corner. Looking back at it, it looked like the player just jumped into our player, so it shouldn't have been a penalty. Anyway, Mary Ups makes an amazing save, keeps us in it, and then annoyingly, they get a free kick at the edge of the box. There's a wall, and Katie Zellum stood basically more or less the penalty spot. The ball comes in, she heads it out. Good defensive header for a corner. I think one Reading player put the hand up for a corner. Everyone else getting ready, even their players getting ready for a corner. Referee blows a whistle for a penalty and books Katie Zellum for handball, which it's just absolutely ridiculous. I'm sick and tired of talking about refereeing in the women's game. It's just unacceptable. It's shoddy. It's making the game look pathetic. That's not the only incident. Obviously, there was an offside they got in our own half, which can't be offside in your own half. There was an offside from a throw-in. You can't be offside from a throw-in. And also, we scored another goal. Amy Turner, ball's in, she heads it in. The referee says offside. We accepted it at the time. Turns out it wasn't offside. She was 2 yards onside. And I'm just sick and tired of the referees. I'm saying it not every week, but every other week. There's always an incident, and it's just unacceptable. And people are going, "Oh, you need VAR." No, you don't need VAR. You just need a decent referee, decent linesman. It's just, there's no excuse for it. You're in a professional league now. The FA should be providing better assistants, better referees, and I'm sick of going travel. I mean, at the end of the day, we love to go and travelling. We went to go Reading. I wouldn't have missed it no matter what. But it's it's not easy. We've got to organise the bus. We've got to get people on it. We've got to pay for it. We've got to get down there. It's a long day, and I'm sick and tired of it being ruined by shoddy refereeing. And it's something that's got to be done. I don't know what, but it's just so frustrating. It's not just United, it's other teams in the league. I saw a clip yesterday of a City game, and George Stanway's like fouling left, right and centre, no booking, and then one of the opposition players does a simple tackle and it's a booking, and it's like inconsistency. It's so annoying, and I just don't know what the answer is. I do know the answer is it's the FA funding better referees, but they're not going to do it because they're happy with what they got. They're saying there's not money in there. Well, I'm sorry, but if you ever want the game to grow, you've got to have better referees. And now you're on the FA player and people are watching it around the world. It's just showing you how poor these officials are. Until it's fixed, the game's going to go nowhere. I've got nothing else to say on that. It's just, I'm sick of saying it. I've said it time and time again. Yeah, I'd love to hear your point of view. I'd love if you can leave a comment. Tell me what you think of the referees, how we can change it, and what we can do to change it. Anyway, let's get off that. My final game of the week was on Wednesday at Old Trafford, the FA Youth Cup 5th round against Leeds. Leeds brought an entire away end, really loud. United in the North Stand, quite a few as well, and it was a good atmosphere. Obviously, it's 5th round. We've not been that far in quite a long time. If we won it, would have been through to the quarterfinals. And yeah, good game. To be fair, United looked the better team, which we should be really. We're in a different division to they are, and the goal came in the end from Reece Devine. He was playing left back, but he switched to right back, crossed the ball in, and Dylan Hugerworth, who isn't the tallest, rose above the big centre halves and headed it in. Really good goal. If you get to see it back, he heads it really well. But that was the only goal of the game. But it was not just that; it was quite a tasty game. There was cards left, right, and centre. I don't know any players he books. He also sent a player off. Hannibal, he was probably targeted. He played really well, but he was targeted definitely. They hacked him down a few times, and it was it was a good game, but it got a bit nasty at certain points. Obviously, the Leeds fans were provoking. I mean, the United players, who some of them are 16, 17, and they're provoking him in a certain way, which I suppose you've got to accept, if you're going to be playing in at Old Trafford and stuff, but yeah, it's not the greatest thing. So we're through to the quarterfinals now against, who are we against now? Wigan at home, so hopefully that'll be at Old Trafford again. So if you're watching this and you fancy going, it's sort of free entry when they're there. I'd suggest you go to it, because they are good games. You get to see the future United. I mean, something like Ted and Mengi captaining at the back, amazing, really amazing. For me, he was man of the match. He was just a rock at the back, marching forward. And I've said this before, but for me, he looks like a future United player, future United captain, and probably future England captain. He was just that immense. So yeah, next the quarterfinal against Wigan. Make sure you're there. Get a big atmosphere, big crowd, and yeah, I think the boys should win. And then it's only 2 wins away from the final. Right, that's it really for this week of my watching football. I've also done a few videos on Stretford Paddock, so go and check them out. Also, Full Time Devils, done a few videos for them. Check them out. This week, there's not that many games because it's the winter break, so there's not many. The 18s aren't playing, the 23s aren't playing, so there's just 2 women's games. Going to watch Chelsea at home on Sunday, and then getting the train on Wednesday to Crawley to watch United v Brighton. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'll be doing another vlog for that. Yeah, that's another vlog. I've done a vlog for the women's game at Reading, so I'll leave that in the description as well. You can check that out. But yeah, that's been my week in football. Hope you enjoyed it. I know I've ranted on about the referee, but I'm just sick and tired of him. Yeah, if you could like this video, subscribe if you like it, and if you can, leave a comment. I love people leaving comments. You know, I can see what people actually think then. That'd be great. So yeah, thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Well done, Kev.